What's going on, YouTube? We are back with part 2 of our walkthrough of an application that I'm building for my portfolio, and in this part we will be making the front end. Now we're gonna try to keep it running an hour. Hopefully I can get all these things done within an hour. I did try to plan as much as possible before I even started recording, so I'm gonna go ahead and walk through the wireframes real quick just to kind of see what our React layout is going to be, how many components we're going to have, etc. So I'm thinking that this is going to display on each on the application itself, on every, how do I say it, it's going to be on the application at all times. We can have this as just one component, and then we can have the meals, the meals component, and then we'll have a search component, and then within the search component we'll have the so let's go back to this. So we'll have these components by themselves, so we'll map through the results and display these, and then we'll have the details. So we're thinking probably gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so about 5 components. And then I am using this application row. It's, what is it called, color space, just to kind of come up with a color scheme. I wasn't really sure, a little undecisive on that. That's not where I try to spend most of the time with, but let's go ahead and get started. So I already have what do we have here? Deprecation warning. Find one and update without the use find and modify. Okay, I'm gonna worry about that here in a second, but let's install npx. Actually, oops. Alright guys, so all we're doing here is just installing React. Created just the full stack folder, and I'm just waiting for it, so it'll be here in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of my screen and we'll continue. Okay, so now it's done downloading. That took a minute. So we have all we need straight out the bat with npx. You can go ahead and run npm run start. There it is. Okay, so there we go. Let's create a folder, call it components, and then a file, we'll call that nab.js. I think if you do, there it is. Let's just say import go nab. Okay. Lettuce. We don't need this. All right, so let's create a header component. And I'll do 2. Goal, total, and remaining. Call this, what was this? Users? Profile, meals, and search. Okay, so profile. Oh, this is actually not going to be that. It's going to be profile. Okay. Okay, so that's done downloading. We have to go into app. So we're gonna import router and route. Okay, so it's probably because of this. Okay, so I got that sorted out. Okay, profile, so we need okay. We'll call this app simply. Nab, and then All right, so we are back after leaving off on some ugly styling. Now, I had initially thought of some colors, but did not like it at all. And it turns out that there's this really popular guy, Brad Traversy, had just recently made a, what was it, a GitHub, Brad Traversy, I don't know. But it is a repository with design resources for developers, and one of them being Design Daily. I came across it and I saw this, and I decided to go with it. Um, so I downloaded the file, and it was an XD file, and I do have XD on my computer. So I basically took it, ran with it, tried to make it look to make it look to what I was doing. Um, I really liked the whole color scheme and everything, but obviously the logo SVG didn't come with it, and I used Namesheep. Apparently, does pretty good logos. So, um, I, this is how it's looking like so far. We have a table going now. So that's how it's looking like so far. The bottleneck for me seems to be styling. It's very time consuming, especially if you want to make it look good. So, and there are some changes that need to be done. Like I just added this, which since we are not having authorization, we're not gonna add authorization to the application. So we are gonna be able to toggle between what users are submitted in this component. So I'm probably gonna have to change this component to a form, make it look like this, nice and pretty. And that user is gonna submit a calorie goal, obviously what the username they want to have, and then once that user does submit, it'll pop up with the rest of the users that have submitted that form, and with their basically their details on what food they've logged. So I've yet to make the search component. But yeah, that's how it's looking like. Hopefully it looks good, aesthetically pleasing. So let's just continue on with the styling. All right, so we are actually, by my standards, we're done with the styling. So we have our search component all done. Oh, actually, we still need to do the details. So once we click on here, we should have a pop-up which tells us the details of the page, and you know, we would have a add button, and we also need a pop-up for this, the details. So if we want to update the serving sizes, I would say, yeah, that's about the only thing that we could be able to update. So update or delete, then we need a pop-up for that. And we'll be able to use the same pop-up for the details and the meals. But as far as that goes, this is how it's looking like so far, and I'm liking the turnout. So let's just kind of run by it real quick, and then we'll be done with this video. And then on the next video, we'll follow with setting up the whole state of the application, and then we'll start connecting to the backend. So hopefully we'll be able to make some post requests, some get requests, and see how the whole app is kind of turning out. But anyways, I'll do a real walkthrough, and we'll be done with it. Okay, so here's the profile. I did change it, so now we just type in the calorie goal. Whoops. Then I have to fix that again. It's supposed to be black letters, and then it'll be submit. And then once it submits, we'll be able to look at the list of people that have submitted a profile, and that therefore they should be able to click on their profile, and the list accordingly to their profile should pop up, and they are going to be able to basically add, update, or delete any food here. And here we have our search, and that's going to look like. So it is responsive and everything. So I think this is looking great, and thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.